why don't I iterate on stuff that works? So I'm making this video because I got a DM, very perceptive DM, as I say here in my script, that asked me why don't I iterate on stuff that works, right? Because even though I claim that my videos are bad, unpolished, or documented, etc., in purpose, in the actual like watching the videos, probably I look depressed or something like this. I called it perceptive. It was sincere. I thought it was perceptive. I think it is. I wrote very perceptive at first, but I removed the very because I think it is pretty obvious that things are not going my way by my attitude. But it is true that if you have watched my 100 video series from the beginning and have watched at least some videos from early on, at the beginning, like the intention was set as making unpolished videos, etc. And those unpolished videos, etc., come with the expectation of not a lot of success, blah, 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 right? So it's like, why haven't I chosen to like go ham on what has gone well within the parameters that I get, or I guess, versus having continuing on this path of, I guess, streaming, or continuing on this path of making videos that are unpolished. So, well, first of all, I want to thank the person who sent me the DM. I think I already had said it in response, but yeah, I think it's nice, and I called it perceptive for a reason. I do think that you need perception, like having watched those early videos and then continuing to have watched until the new ones, and also like seeing the connection between that, which I think is the the most obvious step, but then like having the, I don't know, not sure if detachment or courage or whatever, to voice it to me so that I can hear it, because to me, even if it's obvious to me, it doesn't mean that it doesn't help to hear it. I don't know. Maybe it's like the opposite of a fat person, right? I think fat people are like, it's obvious that I am fat. I know I should lose weight. The difficulty in losing weight is another reason, right? So it's like there is no blindness that. So it's not helpful for the cause to like repeat it, right? And they overly get that feedback, right? They get that feedback more than they need. In my case, I think it's the opposite, right? I get so little feedback that to me it's like, even if it's obvious to me from the inside and perceptively, and it's probably obvious to me that when watching it someone will see it, it's not obvious that it is being perceived or whatever, right? So it is useful to me to get the feedback. So thank you for that. I wanted to say that as well, right? I think it is helpful for me to hear it from outside, from an outside perspective, which is what I was looking for, I guess, in making the videos. I also think it helps if the person is not super close, right? If they come anew, right? If it's someone who doesn't know you before, who has not grown up with you. For example, my brother. I think my brother watches some of the videos, not all, but some of them, or some friends from school, etc. also watch them sometimes. But the feedback there, I guess it's harder to give, even if you see it, right? It's like, you may know me in real life, so you maybe know more things about me, blah, 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 right? I don't know. So maybe the feedback, if it comes from like entirely outside, it's more revealing, I guess, of the image or something like that. I don't know. But but I wanted to be thankful for that. And then now I'm going to say some reasons, right? I'm going to list the reasons why don't I iterate on stuff that works. So the first reason was that I don't want to make videos that are too clickbaity or to sell my soul, right? I think that I could be capable of working on those kind of ideas and successfully executing, etc., etc. But lately I have been watching some videos. This video, for example, of why these people are leaving donut. I forget their names. I don't know. I don't actually know their names. Like, they are not people who I know a lot of from. But I have watched a lot of videos in which they appear, right? And they are leaving Donut Media, which is the channel that I saw. And basically, Donut Media got bought by private equity or something like that, and the content started to shift way more into this clickbaity thing. And I noticed that on the content itself, right? I have stopped watching Donut basically because of it, I watched a video recently about it, and it was kind of addictive in that same Mr. Beast sense, but not in a way that I liked a lot, to be honest, right? And I do agree that that the videos that they made inside the channel are like some of the series that are, I guess, more interesting or something. And yeah, basically they have quit that enterprise, right? So I'm like, I don't know, even though I think I should join a soul-sucking enterprise so that I can further my, I don't know, so that I can get some personal gain in a sense. What I do think about it, and I think that this is the path to success for some people, including them, for example. Like this video has 3.1 million views, they have 850,000 subscribers because they have been a donut, they have built that beloved blah, 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 right? At the cost of selling their soul a little bit for the devil, you could say, right? For selling their soul to private equity. And I don't know, I feel like I've always thought that in the long term, in the long run, it's better to avoid that. I don't know. I think maybe it's dumb. Maybe it's a bad thought. I like it. Every day that passes where I don't sell my soul, I feel like I have sold my soul anyways, but to other types of forces or something like that. But that is the reason. That is the reason why I don't want to actively put effort in making these videos that are clickbaity, etc., to sell my soul actively, right? To actively work on selling my soul for my own interests or something like that, right? For my own fame interests, something like that. I don't want to get demons that I can't fight, basically. Then, the next thing is that the alpha I see is usually in making things in Spanish, and that I feel reticent to make videos in Spanish, right? So, for example, I will see some kind of video in English, right? And I see, I don't know, for example, consumerism on TikTok, like a video essay about consumerism on TikTok or something like that, right? That kind of thing, where it takes TikTok clips, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, actually, I could make like the Spanish version of this. And I think of that, and I feel like I am a person who could pull that off, right? I'm not sure how much success I would get, but I feel like I could pull that off. I have attempted a couple of times doing it, but lazily, and I feel like I could put more effort into it. But I covered this in my way in English video. Yeah, it's this video. Basically, in this video, I say something like, well, some of the excuses are like revenue per million, like YouTube videos in English are better monetized, but I don't have a monetization anyway, right? So who cares? And some other things. Then the pragmatic reasons are that, like, I started with the train of thought in English, right? Replying to English people, and that I watched a lot of people in English, so the videos, like, replying to this kind of content are going to be in English mostly. Like, the ideas that I get are mostly in English, the scripts in that sense. But that the deeper reasons that I list here are kind of like, I don't want to be outcast in Spanish-speaking places or whatever, right? I don't want the people who know me in real life, like second to or third degree connections, to know me and to know that kind of stuff. Or I don't want or maybe even my close connections, I don't want them watching videos that are going to be, I don't know, about a topic or something like this, right? About an education, like more or less educational, edutainment type video, right? Maybe it's that kind of reticence to being seen in that way by people. That is kind of a reason why I don't pursue that kind of thing, right? And then the next idea that I had, or reason that I had, is that maybe I'm just lazy, right? And I don't want to work hard at something, right? I could work hard at iterating on stuff that works, but that is a hard process, right? And I don't know. I think that calling oneself lazy is cope, right? That is my main gripe with that argument, right? I have talked about this with a friend as well, also a lot of the time, because he seems to like accept that he is lazy or something like that, or I don't know, or he kind of hates on laziness and is lazy in some aspects, but not lazy in others. It's a strange thing, right? So I think that calling oneself lazy is cope, right? And that it's a fake diagnostic, right? So calling yourself lazy is the actual laziness, and it's like laziness of thought, of introspection, and not wanting to dive deep into the reasons and giving like a blanket argument that works for something, right? That works, but without being actually definitionally correct in any way, because I don't know, being lazy is descriptive, right? I don't know, maybe but it's not introspective or anything like that. It's not investigative. It's just descriptive of an outside observation type thing, right? Maybe. But the actual truth, I don't know the actual truth, right? I would guess that it's that I am overwhelmed, and that I don't see a path for success, right? I'm in these videos in Spanish or something like this. I don't actually see a path of success, right? I don't see, like, I can't see myself happy as the person who makes like this kind of video essay videos or whatever, right? If that, I'm like, if I put this effort into something, I make it, blah 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 blah, and it works, I feel like it's burdening me in a way, right? I'm not sure if I want to get into this video or whatever, but I would feel burdened, right, by that recognition, etc., for several reasons, right? Some of them are what I have said, some of them are others that I prefer not to say, but there are reasons that keep me at bay from that, right? Same with the clickbait videos, right? I wouldn't mind. I think that people who don't mind making clickbait, like Mr. Beast or something like that, it's because they have a stronger vision than I do regarding some things, or that they don't mind to be perceived in certain ways for certain reasons, right? And I think I lack those kind of reasons. I don't know. Sorry for being vague, but I don't know. This is like as much as I want to say about it here. So yeah, these are kind of my excuses on why I don't iterate on stuff that works. Hope you enjoyed this video. I'm not going to recommend anything. Maybe I will put like some random video here, and yeah, goodbye.